You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Patriots. Good God. The DEI-led Patriots, that's right, Jerod Mayo, the DEI hire. Has there ever been a better example of a DEI hire than Jerod Mayo? I can say another one. Antonio Pierce would be the other one. Neither one of those guys, these guys, are qualified to be head coaches in the National Football League. Now, maybe eventually down the road, sure, they might have been qualified, but they certainly weren't seasoned enough. And you guys know I've expressed my distaste for the hire. And I said, I don't care if Robert Kraft did promise him the job. The moment that Jim Harbaugh and Mike Vrabel become available, you go all out to hire either one of them. All right. I didn't have a problem with the moving on from Belichick, but I did have a problem with who they hired to replace Belichick. It smelt like a disaster, and then my intuition was confirmed by this disastrous opening press conference that we all remember, where Jerod Mayo, DEI Jerod, as I like to call him, or DEI Mayo, maybe we can call him that, decides to go on a rant about color of skin, not football, color of skin. People knew then this guy was going to be a disaster.
I do see color because I believe if you don't see color, you can't see racism. And whatever happens, black, white, disabled person, I've always, even someone with disabilities, I always, for the most part, people are like, when they're young, they kind of make the spot hot. Younger people know what that means. But what I would say is, no, I want you to be able to go up to those people and really understand those people. So it goes back to whatever it is, black, white, yellow, it really doesn't matter, but it does matter so we can try to fix the problem.
Okay, so this guy sounds like he's concerned with everything but football from the opening go, right? Well, my God. Hey, after the game, he made these comments about the responsibility of his players once they hit the field and how he can't do anything about what they do and dictate anything about what they do on the field. Now, I'm just here to tell you, to quote Office Space, what exactly can you say you actually do here, Jerod? Are you a coach? What are you exactly?
Look, it's always, look, once those guys cross the white lines, there's nothing I can do for them. There's nothing any coach can do for them once they cross the white line. It's my job to continue to prepare not only them, but our coaches to go out here and play better football. Thanks.
Okay, so if coming out of getting absolutely obliterated by a not great, this is not a great Miami Dolphins. What are they, 4-6 now? This character goes out there and says this, and if I'm Robert Kraft, that is the last time and the last day. We've all seen the clip from Hard Knocks where the guy tries to walk into the Jets facility and can't get the hell in the door. That would have been Jerod Mayo. It would have been a wrap right there. God help you, but Ben McAdoo would have been your interim coach on the Patriots because I'd have ran his tail off. But one's got to wonder, is Robert Kraft really concerned? We got to remember the story where he told the story about the trip to Israel with Mayo, and we spent the time in the Holy Land, and I thought he was capable of being a head coach in this league. Look, it's okay. It's okay to say that you thought he would be a head coach, but he's young as hell. I mean, he is by head coach standards. Maybe he's capable of being a head coach 8 years from now, 10 years from now. But this guy wasn't ready. And you could see it from the players. And by the way, the players in the locker room, the numerous comments that have came out from journalists, Andrew Callahan, Daniels, Greg Bernard, all came out and said, The offensive players were sitting around laughing and cutting up in the locker room after they had just been ass bleeped on television by the Miami Dolphins defense. You got the football version of ass bleeped, right? You ever seen Pulp Fiction? Anybody remember the pawn shop? The hillbillies? I mean, honestly, do you remember that? I'm not trying to be, I'm not, but I am trying to get your attention. So, of course, this is what came out of this. New England Patriots coach Jerod Mayo refused to comment on a report that several players on offense were smiling and laughing. Oh, boy. Quote, I don't question any of that stuff as far as our players taking a butt kicking like that personally, Jerod Mayo told the media. Everyone in that locker room, we were down. I'm not sure what that report is, but I'm not going to talk about it. I know the guys were disappointed. Now, it was my understanding Drake May had the appropriate amount of disappointment. But what I do know is three different dudes, three different dudes reported this. So, you know what that is? It's real and it's factual. If you get that many dudes saying the same thing, that's exactly what happened in there. All right? And it seems to me like Jerod Mayo has already lost control of his situation. Bill Simmons, good God, this Pats game is indescribable. It's like a 2024 greatest hits compilation of all the bad coaching, dumb plays, scared coaching, inexplicable penalties this season. This team is getting worse. Kraft will do nothing and bring back everyone. No way he pays two coaches. I mean, seriously. It's absolutely wild. Bill Simmons hit it right on the, and I don't know why my comment showed up down here, but it was under that guy's comment. Say what you will, but the press conferences are a breath of fresh air. The press conferences are a breath of fresh air. Are you crazy? I would take winning and pissed off, bad acting head coaches all day long like Bill Belichick over Jerod Mayo. This was the headlines when Mike Vrabel became available. Mike Vrabel, the firing changes everything for the Patriots and Bill Belichick. Mike Vrabel's firing could be bad news for Bill. Emerges as top candidate to replace Bill. I mean, it's crazy. Vrabel, a no-brainer post-Belichick pick. Vrabel is open to coaching the Patriots. It was a perfect slide-in. It was wild, and they passed up on Mike Vrabel. And now here we are. Responded to the coaching scared. It's crazy. It reached new heights in the aftermath of the 34-15 defeat to the Dolphins. Noted Boston sports fan and sports media personality Bill Simmons eagerly decried Mayo's commitment to what he deemed scared football. I just read to you what he said. Yeah, I heard that, Mayo replied. My thing is I'm going to do what I think is best in that moment in time. Now, have there been times throughout the season where I go back and I'm watch and I'm like, I could have done that better? Absolutely. I'm sure when you first started the show, you're a lot better than you were from your first show. Yeah, everybody gets that. It's not the same thing. It's not apples and oranges, dude. Wow, this Patriot team is a disaster. It's terrible, and it starts with the coaching. This is going exactly the way I said it would end up going. It's actually worse, to be honest with you. It's worse because you got the quarterback right. This is a kid that can play quarterback. But you know what? You're going to waste him on another year of that joker right there. I actually like Alex Van Pelt, and even on Sunday, his play calling made me want to vomit. And I like him. I think he's trying to make lemonade out of lemons right now. I mean, Jesus. It's bad news, and it starts with Jerod Mayo. They got the same thing. These former player coaches, yeah, I mean, some of them are just, they're not ready to take the reins at that level. Jerod Mayo should have been an assistant and a coordinator for a decade before he decided he needed to be a head coach, or before Robert Kraft gave him the job. Again, the moment, I know the Chargers lost last night, but that Chargers team has an identity with Jim Harbaugh. Good defensive line, offensive line, run the ball. And regardless of them losing last night, they're 7-4. And you know exactly what's going to happen when you play Jim Harbaugh. He's going to punch you in the damn mouth. And good God, can you imagine Jim Harbaugh with Drake May right now? Oh, hell. Seriously. Mike Vrabel, even. He would have been the other guy. I mean, Mike Vrabel was the natural choice here. God almighty. And my thing is, I don't think Robert Kraft lets him go. I don't. I think you get another year of this. It is a disaster, and there are games on the schedule that are going to make this look so ugly. Jerod Mayo is a defensive coach. Their defense is much worse than it was last year. Did you see some of those single-digit scores under Bill Belichick last year? No, you just got 34 laid on you. Tua Tagovailoa looking like Peyton Manning out there. Okay. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.